The concern is that Aster avoided, quite frankly, with Hoya trying to live through that one. Again, nothing special has happened so far, but that's exactly what TT wants in this draft. So I will give them credit early on. I think that so far, scoreboard looking like this, it's not bad at all for them.
Yeah, they can keep the game even and buy time for all of these spikes to come in on this three-man core, the Lilia, Corki, and the Ezreal. Whew, and you're in a good spot for the mid game. And
I think that's where the game starts to be even, and then they get ahead afterwards. Again, until then, very heavily JDG favored. And ThunderTalk sacking 6 grubs, this is beyond respectful. We have not seen a lot of teams do this. A lot of teams would rather flip the grubs and feel like, you know, they lose the game if they don't.
Ooh, nice patience from Satab, but he's got to deal with Missing, who just flashed over the wall to lock him down for this kill. First blood for Peyz, and a teleport is coming in for Hoya. Public execution will dash through Missing, and I think he used the flash.
6 grubs. No response from Beishwan. Gonna go try and look to the bot side jungle of Shun. No Raptors to take, and 6 grubs for JDG. These towers going to start falling, and that gold is going to start stacking up. A box check towards Feats.
Yep, this is exactly what JDG need to do. Even though that it does remove their support from other lanes where Peyz is sitting, he is Poke Varus. It gives him the power to try and clear the wave and just step back when he needs to. And now, once Shun and Missing are linked up on the map, this is where you can really try and break open the game if ThunderTalk are a little too far forward, as... You know, a gut instinct in my brain was saying, you know, just press on. Put Peyz to sleep. But
you can hear it in my voice too, Rafa. I thought for a second that we might see that, but not the case. Instead, it's going to be Dragon traded for top outer. The top outer was likely to fall anyway, but still JDG picking up more money in their pockets. 2.5K gold lead does feel really nice at this point of the game. ThunderTalk can start denying camps away from the Lilia. That's where it's going to really hurt, because Lilia needs economy to be effective as a champion.
Yep.
As another thing that helps, removing turrets. Rift Herald secured. That's 6 grub Rift Herald for JDG. Gotta imagine it's going to be thrown mid immediately as Missing is looking to sync up with the team. Gets caught out.
Just gotta be careful, because on the left side, the JDG reinforcements arrive, and Hoya gets scooped up. The public execution doesn't even matter, because he dies before it happens. The Rift Herald's going to be popped. Not going to even need it for this tier 1 in the mid lane. They're going to pilot and crash it into the tier 2. And Matt, I think this is where the game is starting to finally break open for JDG and ThunderTalk. It's up to them. Do they want to try to flip the game now, or do they still want to be defensive and hold on until these item spikes come alive? It's very difficult to try and contest JDG at the moment. But Satab is going to go in onto Missing. Beishwan flashing over. Q flash into the ulti. Missing goes to sleep, and 1xM puts him out. And the rest of JDG are forced to retreat.
Work done as TT just continues to bleed out.
Yeah. Ala in a 1v2 against Beishwan and Hoya.
He's got 2 levels.
He gets put to sleep. Beishwan trying to do as much damage as he can, but Ala is quite durable in this Renekton. Scout joins the fight. The public execution, not quite used yet. I think he dodged it. He must have missed it on the Scout, because I didn't see any of the knockup animation go through. JDG able to bail out the top laner. But the thing that I really like that Peyz went for this game, he didn't actually go for the Muramana as a second item. He went for Yumu's into the Edge of Night. Extra defensibility, but also just kind of on more demand damage and not waiting for the stacking to finish yet.
Respectively, doing really nice work against the front line of TT, forcing them all back, making this Otacon look better and better.
Ooh, Missing with the Solar Flare. Connects onto Satab, tries the Valkyrie away. Chain of Corruptions. Tags Satab, forced to flash. And ThunderTalk barely escaping with their lives, but it did come at the cost of a couple summoner spells there. Peyz is still wrapping around, trying to threaten the backline with another piercing arrow. Missing, lands it up onto Feather. And despite the Magna Storm, no one from JDG is even threatened. They're down a couple members now.
I've seen this Otacon, because if they did come to fight, there would be no flashes in TT. They're just going for Peyz.
I mean, he lands the public execution, and Peyz just pops the cleanse, but here comes Ala with the teleport. Satab also joins the fray as well. 1v2, the Croc is going to pop the Corki before 1xM can burn him down, and Ala on the Renekton is just busting heads. ThunderTalk are falling to the wayside. He doesn't even die. Ala, the Croc master. Ala's shown him what's up.
They look elsewhere. JDG punishes, and now this game's truly gotten out of control. Otacon secured, and it was so late, they might be able to use the respawn to look for Baron as Beishwan.
Does find the kill on the Ala and takes out his GA from the Otacon, but Ala You did your work, bro. You got your kills. You got yours. And ThunderTalk, what seemingly was a very slow deficit for the past 25 minutes, it has now exploded in order for ThunderTalk to come back.
Missing has to go missing. If this one's gonna, and a few other things needs to happen if we're gonna have ThunderTalk in this game. But yeah, honestly, it was a nice slow burn from JDG.
They're actually looking hot already. It's still a best of 5 for any ThunderTalk fans. Don't fret. They still got a long series to play out, but this game 1 is definitely looking the way of JDG's to claim, as the Baron is secured, and the rest of JDG are now looking for the engage. Solar Flare into the Chain of Corruptions. Hoya is locked down. Not a lot of damage follow-up, as the piercing arrow dealing a lot there. The Ignite sticking him and forcing him to reset here. Ala already popped the Dominus, was red. Whoa, he just flashed on a 1xn, but he popped the cleanse. Gets the Arcane Shift. Missing. Hang on. Goes down. ThunderTalk. They're making the defense happen. And the rest of JDG, they're going to have to give ground.
Still, like, that's worth losing your support for, frankly. If we're going to burn Flash on Lilia and the R and we only lose support, that's okay for JDG. I think that's why JDG is still playing up. They got the heals from Nidalee, the poke from Peyz. They can still pressure ThunderTalk in this formation. Feather, though, they haven't seen him dip down with Beishwan. ThunderTalk might look to re-engage. Here it comes.
Oh, Feather, Flash, Magnustorm, looking for Shun. He pounces right on the 1xn, uses the pounce reset to try and get away. Is it enough? Pops the stasis. Here comes Scout. Finds Satan. The true shot rush from 1xn. Finds Shun to the backline, but is it going to be enough? He's below 30% HP, and Scout is ripping the rest of ThunderTalk apart. Hoya is forced to retreat. The rest of ThunderTalk survive for now. Don't know if JDG are going to try and pursue for the base end. Scout is looking for Hoya on this top side, and he's poking him out. But it looks like he's got enough mobility. Meanwhile, the rest of JDG pushing in through the base. The inhibitor tower falls, the inhibitor falls. ThunderTalk should be strong enough to hold for now, but a Chain of Corruptions flash finds 1xn. The Peyz reminds him who's the better AD carry as he puts him into the dirt. Scout buying as much time as he can so that Hoya can't retreat and that no one gets to defend the base of ThunderTalk. JDG strike first. Take game 1 of the series.
What a sick combo from Peyz to end the game. Be positioning with Ashe on the front line. I really favor just the ability to play off the slows and the winner's fight. So
sure.
I think JDG is going to respect that and take the trade. Expect for them to contest the second grubs with all those ultimates. And again, if we can layer the R keys of Scout and Ale, that's going to be a really winning scenario for JDG. But really paying respect to the early strength to Ashe Braum here.
Well, as you called it, objective trade. H1 maybe has a chance to threaten the dive on the top side. It's going to get spotted out, so JDG have a little bit of a window to see if they want to defuse the dive or at least call for reinforcements. But Peyz and Missing are doing a pretty darn good job. Double option, and Shun might look mid lane. Tab. There's Between Worlds. Scout locks him up. Tab is slowed down. Does Shun want to go for the W flash? Yes, he does. But here comes 1xn of a roam from Ashe of all people. And Beichuan now is going to flash to reposition Shun right into the middle of the lane. Shun getting slowed down by the arrows of 1xn. Even Feather joins the party, and it's first blood over to the ThunderTalk. But Missing and the curtain call from Peyz trying to find 1xn. They've got 2 people stacked in the front to block for 1xn. Can Peyz bend it like Beckham and find 1xn with the last bullet? Not gonna happen. Oh.
Yeah, that's an oopsie.
Well, homie just lost a third of his HP off of a full combo from Scout. But you know, we'll see if that punishes ThunderTalk for this grub fight. Hoya engaging on the Ala so that he can't teleport to the top side of the fight. It's just a 1v1, but the equalizer kind of whiffed, whereas Ala got him most of the damage. But the burn from Hoya as he overheats and sears Ala into the ground. The rest of ThunderTalk now have the advantage as they look for all 6 grubs. They already got the first one of the second rotation, and there's no answer from JDG. ThunderTalk gonna secure all 6.
It's a great timer hit by Hoya, and I love how he played that one. Notice how he didn't overheat until after the Kennen stuns were used, and flash follow with the overheat to melt the Kennen. Calculated 1v1 coming out from Hoya, as he's going to space that one. Meanwhile, Missing, he's going down.
I think Shun is going to pick himself up a Hoya, unless... No way. He sidesteps the whip, becomes lightning, he's going to get burned down. Oh, baby! Hoya on the rumble! And you can see how frustrated Shun is in the player cam feed, too.
They've played in the group stage where they've had maps look like map 1. It's been nothing but dominance coming out of their team, but then we've had maps look like this where we haven't seen Missing on the Bard really make any plays. And then Shun, a couple of his plays have been misguided.
Oh my god, and Hoya just teleports to the top side, assists in the dive as 1xN just laid down the pain with the rain of arrows.
Deaths for him. And yeah, those briefcases, they're not going to save you from anything. Great outplay from Hoya using the turret to get around that one, and Hoya being no flash.
I was about to say, don't tell me Hoya escapes again, but no flash, and this time JDG brought a lot of people to the party to make sure that this Rumble was shut down. 1xN just dodging out on that deadly flourish, where ThunderTalk are securing the second dragon of the game. I guess JDG never really got it while the 6 scrubs were being taken by ThunderTalk, and a good flash from Missing. Dodged out on that arrow from 1xN.
But I think that you'll take the dragon and the pressure of the 6 scrubs bot. Satab was able to pick up all those plates and is going for the first brick. Feet's already secured by TT.
There's the angle. H1 lines it up. There's the CC train, and Ala is going night-night.
We haven't seen anyone but Hoya play the Poppy here for ThunderTalk, but Beishwan making it look good, and ThunderTalk in this game, the game where I was really concerned for them.
But you know what? I think it's okay. Beishwan would rather deny the shutdown gold bounty, as Hoya has enough time to himself in the top lane to take out the turret. They really hate this guy. Well, Teleport's going to come in, and I think Hoya's only chance is to just try and turn on the afterburners onto All and see how much damage he can get. Feather is approaching. The Between Worlds barely attacks Hoya for the slow. He gets nicked, but wait a minute! Hoya still kills him with the harpoon over the wall, and Scout can't do anything to save it.
Trying to play into the Rumble. It hasn't been executed that well. And Rumble with the treads, again, I think that you need to send Xin synced up with someone else to attack this pick down flash. Xin interacts pretty well with Rumble. You pretty much get a free knockup and free setup, but now Hoya's pretty big. He's too big to deal with.
And they are not stopping the pain train here, Matt. Missing is trying to use his portal out, but he just doesn't get a chance to.
He's sitting really pretty. Satab is cruising to his items. Feather. Oh. Okay.
JDG did not want to spring the trap on just the lowly Braum. However, Shun and Missing linking up, looking for 1xN, the immediate flash. Gets 1xN out to safety. Fires back an arrow, stuns Shun in his place. Beishwan now positions him back with the slam, and the Temper Fate will not save his jungler today. Missing is still on the retreat. The rest of ThunderTalk, they are taking every single punch that JDG throws at them and ends up misdirecting it back at JDG themselves.
I really don't like how JDG is playing out this grab. As okay, we're gonna have the Herald at least take that outer. I don't think that Shun should be leading the charge. I've seen Shun actually attempt to make plays. They've just been bad. They've been punished. He's getting pretty heavily out jungled by Beishwan in this game, who has had a really nice start of the year. I believe he was second in the LPL All-Pro voting. Complete the duo in terms of the BLG junglers from last year. He took down the guy that was replaced during the Worlds run in Wei, and now taking down Shun on this map, who has made some mistakes, and Beishwan has really punished the map because of that.
Yeah. We're almost 20 minutes into the second game of the series. 5,000 gold advantage for ThunderTalk. Otacon spawning in 30 seconds. The third dragon of the game is being secured by Beishwan. Satab is here for assistance, as so Beishwan can look for maybe someone. He punts out Ala. They're ripping it all right. Well, JDG, will you answer the call? Will you heed this Otacon being started up by ThunderTalk? And it looks like they're just trying to wait for Peyz to overstep his welcome. He just flashes backwards. He's out of the fight. He can reposition for a curtains call if he needs to. Missing, however, doesn't have that same luxury because he lost the flash in the previous exchange.
Won the map against BLG, winning this map against JDG. And also, is that a couple other carry performances? The Camille into Bin. That game 5.
Yeah. But now ThunderTalk get to reap the rewards of it. Peyz still down a flash, so very hard for him to actually step up safely to defend this tower. Good keeper's verdict by Beishwan. Punts away the front line. That guarantees the second tower.
TP.
TP from Ala. This could be great. Equalizer's going to split up the fight. Ala doesn't actually want to get into the fight. It seems so dangerous. The Temper Fate now lines it up. Ala, does he have to set up the flash in? Slicing Maelstrom onto multiple members of ThunderTalk, and the Otacon GAs are falling. And at least for ThunderTalk's sake, they get at least one kill over, but every single GA has been expended by JDG.
And I gotta say, if that's the fight that you want as JDG,
you know,
mean, again, like, it's a good between worlds, and in the lower third, it looks like we had Hoya just take out Missing. Missing. That's where we were going. I had to reference it.
Slandering the wrong support. Oh, no. Well,
I mean, Missing deserves slander, all right? That's where we're at.
Oh, boy. Well, the Electrocute Bard is not living up to the hype, unfortunately, for JDG.
Oh, it's electric, all right, if you're ThunderTalk.
Oh, well, you know. The Lightning is not showing up for JDG, but the Thunder is definitely.
Dude, they took Lightning into Thunder, and Thunder, you know, when you hear Thunder and you see Lightning, that's how far away the storm is. The true storm is always with ThunderTalk. We should have known in draft, once we saw 3 Electrocutes, that this was ThunderTalk favored.
Confounded, and they're not making the right plays at the right time, or they're just mis-executing and, you know, kind of tripping over themselves. This is a decent temper fade from Missing. Stalls out the Baron. Maybe can Shun redeem himself? He's into the pit. 1900, 1500, but Beach1 secures it. A nice, valiant attempt from Shun to try and steal the Baron away, but ThunderTalk are victorious in this one. And now, here comes the repercussions of their actions as the rest of JDG were overextended. Beach1 leads the charge, looks for the Keeper's Verdict for the knockup and all. But Peyz has the movement speed thanks to the fleet. And now JDG. They are going to be able to hold their ground for now, but against full 5 members on the side of ThunderTalk and a Baron buff on their side, I don't know how much longer this ground is going to last.
Well, I think this game's pretty wrapped up as Scout maybe looking to get 1xN. Nice snipe from Peyz.
1xN got state. Okay, wait a minute. JDG. Oh,
that's 2.
Got 2 with the vertical. Okay, maybe the game's not over yet. Ala throws down the slicing maelstrom. Pops Beach1. Peyz says this game is not over yet, baby, unless I say so. And Heasing picks up a triple kill for himself.
That's 4.
Feather is locked down. Wait a minute, Matt. Maybe the game has just been saved by Peyz.
I mean, heroics from Peyz here, who has been really good this year. They needed someone to step up. Peyz doing so. Great curtain call. 2 snipes on the back half on both 1xN and Hoya to really take the Baron away and take away the momentum of the push that TT had.
Pretty heroic base defense. I don't know if he can replicate that again. Now the ThunderTalk are dealing with 1 less man from JDG into defense. Inhibitors are open and exposed, and they'll be taken down shortly. And the rest of ThunderTalk, do they actually want to continue for the base siege? It looks like Ala was dealing and trying to deal on the top side of the map, push it in, but he's forced to teleport back and reset. But the rest of his teammates are getting completely annihilated. Ala comes in, slicing maelstrom only tags 1. The Tempered Fate is going to stall out the fight onto Feather, but the rest of ThunderTalk, they don't care. They are just pushing through, and it's just Shun and Missing really left up for the defense as he tries to flash in, but gets nothing for it. Now it's up to Ala Missing. There's 4 health bars that are heavily damaged, but can they actually punch through and rip through before the Nexus falls?
That's
and the question is no. ThunderTalk are not letting this be a sweep. They're going to answer back, and we're tied 1-1.
I feel like they were just forced to take the Scion. I really like, we have not seen Fasting Senna pretty much at all. I really like it.
All by himself, and I don't think Peyz can really do much to bail out his support. That's first blood for ThunderTalk. They're back for a 4-man dive again. Peyz and Missing are like, hey guys, can we get some help here, please? Missing still has a flash. Maybe he can outplay it. Goes for the Searing Charge. Gets the knockup down. Beach1 is tanking the tower, but it ramps up, but not fast enough for ThunderTalk to be threatened. Now Shun is here. He's level 3.
Spotted.
Maybe he can answer with Peyz, but there's not much CC set up for them to reliably get a reset.
Scout is going for the Doinby tech, where it's Ghost, which I really like, actually. I think that with the Realm Warp, you can still play size. You don't necessarily need the TP, and having that combat summoner is really good on Rise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's good in so many situations. It's such a versatile summoner spell. But because they force out Missing, and despite Scout being able to get Satab out of the fight and forcing him to flash, they were chunked out, and they didn't have necessarily the most advantageous posture over the Grubs. ThunderTalk's pocket, since it was split up between multiple members instead of just one person ideally. But at least they have map control for now, and they're taking advantage of it as much as possible, securing the first 2 neutral objectives of the game. The question is, how long can they actually maintain this advantage?
Good on Feather to get out. He had to throw the hook before the Q. Sometimes that Ornn Q, it spawns terrain, can mess with you a little bit. Speaking of mess with you, Missing.
Oh, Missing Missing's in trouble, but Scout has the realm warp, and he brought Shun to the party. The call of the Force God
down.
doesn't get a chance to go off. Bullet time forces Shun using the Heartbreaker to reposition, but here comes Tab. Oh, he missed.
Beautiful.
Spiraling Despair, but it doesn't matter. Wait. Oh, it was a fear that he thrown out. Scout got tagged by the Spiraling Despair. My mistake, but ThunderTalk managed to go up 2-0 in that exchange.
Needs to put the pressure down early before he can't hook into Ornn anymore, where Ornn gets too tanky. Feather making really good use of that early in TT. They're the ones blitzing the map with the early game comp. That's 6 grubs picked up. That's going to make the next few minutes of play really tough for JDG to survive in.
Yeah, I think the only saving grace for JDG is that ThunderTalk doesn't have the most apt turret split pushers.
Well, yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised. I guess we have play here. I thought we might see an ult from 1xN just to delete it. Instead, Beichuan get flashed on.
Flash from Shun, and wow, Beichuan didn't have flash from the prior fight, and JDG just taking advantage of that moment. Hoya has teleported to the fight. Call of the Forge God, finds a 2-man knockup. Scout doesn't have TP, remember, so JDG are down to Rise for this fight, but they're trying to take the skirmish and play off of Shun resets with the Viego. But ThunderTalk do manage to secure first brick for themselves.
Again, a lot invested to try and get that first brick raise. JDG at least was able to funnel Scout, who...
even though they didn't deny first brick away from TT, they're able to pick up a turret for themselves on the bottom side, and Hoya might be in trouble here, but just going to pop the ulti to get away. But this is the other turret that JDG might be able to pick up. Hoya steps back up, but I don't think Beichuan was really in position to protect that, and now Hoya is forced to flash.
Yeah, a lot burned for no reason here on the Scion. This Scion, again, being starved out as much as he was early. Going to be really squishy. Going to be a double Black Cleaver setup coming out here for JDG is Shun.
Ooh, I mean, Tab throws on the Spiraling Despair, flashes the Heartbreaker, fears him as he was looking for the W, and Shun is getting completely outplayed here. Now he's down HP, but he dodges the Scourge. Tab has a couple more auto attacks. Holy camole, that was close, and Feather was there for backup, but Tab wins the 1v1 over Shun.
There's no smite on the board, unless Missing takes it with the spell book. Instead, going to cast R, but that's a pinch.
Ram finds the knockup on the Beichuan, still doesn't have flash. The bullet time is going to rip through a couple members here. Missing flashes out at the right time, but still dies anyway. Death Charge was procced long before he flashed away. Peyz manages to flash and escape. And it looks like ThunderTalk is still going to try to secure this dragon. Woo, that was close. Neither team had junglers available for the smite secure, but ThunderTalk are able to walk away with the second dragon of the game.
Answered Scout on that top wave. They might have prevented the red buff from being taken. Meanwhile, JDG, they can't walk in here.
Missing might pay the price for that. Oh, and the E gets interrupted by the knockup from Zyra's ultimate. No Ornn available for this upcoming fight around the Rift Herald, and Scout is trying to walk and join up with the rest of JDG. Hoya is going to interrupt that for now as he used the ultimate, forcing Scout to take the Blast Cone over the wall, but he still has a Realm Warp available to join the fight if he needs to. ThunderTalk starting up the Rift Herald here.
Missing has TP on spawn, so they might look off that. Missing walking in there, that was a pretty big waste. And they just saw TT have to
2,000, 1,800.
About that. It's gonna be the fight after. Look at the angles that JDG has. Scout. Oh, he's gonna be focused.
Death Charge, and he's forced to flash away. Call the Forge Gods. Missing's back because he teleported right back into the fight. ThunderTalk, however, forced to retreat here. Good knockup from Missing. Finds Tab. He's trying to keep himself alive with the shields. The bullet time is going to push them back. Tab still not going to live as Scout Realm Warps in, looking for 1xN. Just needs a couple more rune play spells. And JDG, it's going to be enough. And oh boy, this is probably the most back and forth game we've had yet of the series, Matt. Try it and use this Rift Herald to break open the map by crashing it into the mid-tier 1. Not going to kill it just yet. They try to step up and see if they can use the Void Grubs to get the last ticks of damage to knock it out.
Yeah.
It's successful for them.
Just look at the formation still. They can't touch the Jace or the Ryze in the side lanes. And no one's moving this Ryze now. He has evolved Seraphs and nearly has... Roa is almost at 7 stacks here, as we do have a TP out. So even with the Grubs not going to JDG at all.
Whoa! I don't know how that Dredgeline did not connect, but Peyz is safe. And now the collapse from JDG. Oh, it's disaster for ThunderTalk Gaming. Look at Scout. He's on the flank. Right side throwing in rune spells and weaving them in as the rest of ThunderTalk are forced to retreat. And the resets as Scout is threatening for another dive, just throwing out the overcharge.
And the fact that JDG did spawn a Mountain Drake, that's huge for them. If they are able to pick all these up, because again, their comp, it's going to get too tanky. You have Senna heals over the top. you have a Rise, a pretty tanky solo laner. You have tank Jace with the grass forward to make sure the Call of the Forge God hits early. And ThunderTalk are going to continue to scramble. Otacon has been started. They're going to try and pull JDG to them.
I mean, they're trying to use the power of the Zyra to rip through this as fast as possible, and the rest of
them are going to
hold the line. They're turning. Oh, massive 3-man knockup.
That's huge.
Trialing Despair.
That's
it's
huge.
Only on, but the bullet time rips through the front line. Big stuff for ThunderTalk. No jungler to contest. No support either to find the engage, and the rest of JDG have to concede.
Great Otacon find and a great find on Dashun, and that's really what has to happen now in these fights for ThunderTalk. Take down the Viego, make sure that he's not able to reset. ThunderTalk with the 6 grubs going to continue to stick as a stack. Hoya will be fixing the mid lane. The rest of them, though, going to pressure bot as 4. Numbers not in favor for JDG, with both mid and support being stuck in the gray screen. Will lead the Otacon and an inner. So ThunderTalk, again, I think that this game's like, I would give JDG at this point. JDG, especially with the Mountain Soul spawning, they're going to get too tanky for ThunderTalk. But keep your eyes on Dashun. He's the member that TT are looking to take down. If they can prevent Viego resets, that is the best case scenario. And I'm pretty interested as to why Shun is positioning so far up to actually vulnerable to safe.
That's
a great engage.
Beichua on.
That's a great engage.
The stasis to dodge the Call of the Forge God. They're split in the middle. Bullet time doesn't get that much because it was interrupted by Scout's Rise. Missing does fall, but it's a great trade. No one extend misfortune for ThunderTalk to use, as now the resets pour in once again. JDG just steamrolling their way through another fight. And it's only at the cost of an Ornn, but I think JDG will take that trade any day.
They need to try and pick one side of the fight, but it's almost too hard to do against what JDG has. Especially when you're realm warping people like over a wall for terrain, so you can't even attack them. I think that's a really, really nice realm warp from Scout, and a really hard setup for ThunderTalk to deal with. So, well played by JDG. Managed to pick up back.
I didn't even see that it was missing that interrupted one extends bullet time channel. I just assumed it was Scouts. Anyway, well, it's not like this is the first time we've seen missing caught out in this game.
No, our man is responsible for 8 out of the 11 deaths this game for JDG. I mean, this is like truly what it looks like when a support gets to farm, you know? So, I'll be honest, too. I don't think that soul even matters for TT. That's how tanky the JDG's comp is just going to get. And because they've been so much better at farming the side lanes.
Scout doesn't have flash.
He's 17 though.
He's able to just run away with phase rush. I mean,
yeah,
it's just so hard to lock down this Rise.
More resources on the map.
Peyz steps up, helps the Baron up. Minions take down the inhibitor tower in the mid lane. Walks away safely. The rest of ThunderTalk just trying to figure out where to expend their mans to.
Yeah. I think this was a great read and a great game for it. And yes, we did see JDG get pushed around early, but they understood what the comp was and that they had to sack. And now, that's a lot of damage coming out from Beichua. Good catch on the Peyz.
Woo. That's big. The question is, does it actually matter, though, for ThunderTalk?
No, wait, I think you had to make something happen now, because now it's going to be Jace peppering you and Senna protecting you as a comp.
Oh, this is such a good choke for the Call of the Forge God. Scout has led them all up a line so that they could get knocked up like that. The bullet time is going to rip through missing, but now they have to deal with Scout, who has realm warp to the bottom side of the flank. H1 throws on the ultimate, but Scout still has a stasis to buy time, and the Seraph Shield keeps him alive for the second part of the fight. Satab is trying to throw all the spells that he can in his spell book, but it's not going to be enough. Shun finds his window, flash W's for the root, and down goes Satab. Hoya, the last member standing for ThunderTalk, and JDG, their eyes are not on the dragon, their eyes are on the base.
And for all the grief I gave JDG last game with not being able to sync up, and, you know, nice to throw missing on this Ornn where he's able to make plays and the deaths are okay. I don't know if it's the best 1-7-9-7 Ornn I've seen or the worst one, but regardless, I think that thematically JDG had a great answer to what ThunderTalk was showing, and ThunderTalk just really over-indexed on trying to make plays. They know that they can't contest these 2 side lanes as time goes on in this draft, but really accelerated the Doom game state that we're now in with just overstaying Scion bot and overgrouping as 5, and just didn't see TT get enough. It's the only solution they have. They have to group up as 5 and force. Get him out of the side lanes. Is missing.
Fear on a missing. Dredgeline connects, locks him down. Maybe it's enough damage. The
Scout?
Knock-up not enough. Oh, Scout Realm Ward behind them again! Holy moly! ThunderTalk just got dropped so fast! I blinked and suddenly ThunderTalk was gone! Scout's rise has been an absolute treat, and he is really showing up. ThunderTalk, oh man, JDG are able to just really destroy this composition back to back to back.
Yep.
And it's off the back of Scout just picking some of the most disgusting flanks I've seen on this rise.
Time ran out here for ThunderTalk, and JDG going to try and make time run out for ThunderTalk in this series, taking a 2-1 lead. Shout out to Scout's rise. We talked about this comp getting too tanky for ThunderTalk to deal with. Well, a Banshee, Seraph's full
the Karma, so this gives them a little bit of long range to somewhat safely follow up on the heavy dive that.
So I think a revisit very much warranted from TT mid. Instead, though, they're actually going to TP bot. Beishwan, yeah, here comes the ult. They're doing everything they can to stop the turret.
Well, Hoya launches forward. They already got the flash out of missing, but the lockdown is great, and the traps are not enough to stop Beishwan and Hoya. First blood goes over to ThunderTalk.
Stands to at least delay it one time for ThunderTalk. Buys Darius some time. We do see a reset did come in from 1XM, looking like it's going to be a Yuntal's rush for 1XM. We still going to have to see if Peyz ends up going for that one as well. Is Peyz going to let the tower kill off? Okay. It would matter if he didn't touch this wave, but going to take this wave too. Peyz going to be really, really, really rich, though, after taking this tower. As
wow.
Yeah, T's going to have a lot of money. Good, but this is where we might see a fight. Second Grubs have spawn. JDG has group. Satab is not really spotted.
Waiting for a target other than missing to walk up so that he can threaten an assassination. A flash from Olive follows with a twisted advance, punts him backward, but Shun can't get in range before Satab flashes over the wall. Scout with the re-engage, fate sealed, hits two members, and he's dealing a decent amount of work, but here comes Hoya Zero's entrance. It splits up the fight. Shun is completely in deep waters, forced to flash over the barren wall. All now in trouble, but Beishwan forced to flash away as well, and Peyz is just ripping them apart with these headshots. Oh, but the ace in the hole is not going to find Beishwan before he escapes with the Grand Starfall. Somehow, ThunderTalk only managed to lose one member in the trade, but JDG winning the fight and netting 2 of the 6 grubs.
I think if the point-and-click can't stun could have connected on Scout, that would have been big. Instead, Scout was able to get a lot of work done and got out. I think that was very much warranted and set up JDG for success in that fight.
Yeah, definitely looked funky for the first flash, but just because he lost vision of Satab in the brush, but still managed to force the fight that JDG wanted towards the top side of the map and fading for a potential collapse on the Scout, but seems like they didn't want to pull the trigger on that. Rift Herald was spawning very soon, and so they are just saving cooldowns now for this fight. They're on full vision since JDG already took that crab. 5,000 HP on the Rift Herald. Shun is walking around the other Baron side wall. Is in range, can't threaten to steal. The eye is right before them, 2,000 HP. Teleport is coming in. Shun goes in. He steals the Rift Herald. And now they're going to turn the fight on to Satab, who tries to go in. Gets annihilated by the Fate Sealed. Grand Starfall into the backline, but Beishwan gets stopped by the traps. Can he achieve even more? But there's no damage coming out from 1XN because they can't safely step up. Missing flashes forward, looks for the root on a 1XN. He's willing to give his life as 1XN finds one on to Scout, but they still trade it back. JDG rolling over ThunderTalk.
That was the fight that ThunderTalk wanted. They got Akali unspotted in the backline, got the Galio ult in there. The response from JDG was fantastic. The turn onto the Akali made it so Satab, really the stud of ThunderTalk, for me the overperformer with 1XN, the newest addition.
And we're going to see in the lower third here that Missing was trying to get some vision down and just stepped too far into the jungle, but back to live. JDG are going to try to contest ThunderTalk on this third dragon spawn. Hoya's taking way too much damage, not going to live to see the light of day. I'm flying! Shun dies, 1XM is able to pop him, and the rest of JDG are now in the back foot. Olive throws out the ultimate, tries to buy some space for the rest of JDG to retreat. Scout takes up a lot of damage on the HP bar as well, but ThunderTalk still in prime position to contest for this dragon.
No, they can't.
Now it's up to him to step up. Oh, he might have stepped too far forward. He goes for the leap, the stun, but the trap stops him in his place, gets the headshot. Peyz is totally fine, working with 50% HP, and he's still strong enough to force ThunderTalk off the dragon.
Enable TT to at least get a little something from himself. Still lose out on the objective, and that is going to be soul point for JDG. And a Hextech soul at that, too. VP there in the back half of that play.
Yeah.
As we return, Otacon's at half, and JDG are looking to not contest. They're just going to get gold on the Scout and on the Peyz. Okay.
Yeah. Scout taking out the tier 2. Ala was already picking up the top wave and just answering. Looks like he's going to go for a base. And the rest of ThunderTalk committing to the Otacon secure it, but JDG are saying, okay, sure, you can take that objective. We're going to take 2 turrets, open up the map even further. And how much are ThunderTalk going to actually make use of the Otacon Despair, which is pretty standard for tanks these days, and all you need to be an effective tank fighting Menace is Scout picking up one last wave. They're going to force the dive. Beichuan goes in with the stun. Satab, I don't think he really wants to extend this as JDG now look for the collapse, and there's Otacon G as are going to be expended, but ThunderTalk really need to find something in this fight, but they're over-indexing forward. They find a kill onto Scout, but the GAs are getting popped, and there's not much gas left in the tank here for ThunderTalk.
I thought the Panth Akali Galio combo would be pretty good at getting back there. Is okay, we're just gonna be sending it. TP's coming in.
Peyz. I mean, they got the cleanse out of Peyz, but he still has a flash.
He's gotta run for the hills.
With a flank.
Hoy's dead. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was his only way out.
Turn off the camera, and he tried to ult out, but he flashes over the wall.
Can they get Dragon?
JDG members, maybe.
They're going in.
ThunderTalk gonna just all in and try to bail him out and look for it. Peyz is the target, but Scout's got his back as Satab doesn't have a way to reach him unless... Oh, I saw the vision. He was looking for it, but Peyz picks himself up a triple kill, and the rest of ThunderTalk, they're completely scattered, and they're fumbling the bag. 1xN is doing the best that he can with the safe that he's been given with, but it's just not enough. JDG, 5-1 ace.
I've never seen a Yone peel for his AD carry the way that Scout's been able to do it the last couple fights, just finding Satab. Some really impressive fights coming out of Scout. The Q3 to find the knockup into the R, buys Peyz the space to flash out with the Karma-empowered Q as well to make sure that there was much better. And that's going to be really big if they want to have a chance of making first stand.
Yeah. Regardless, after this series, JDG are going to take a hard look at that second game and just, you know, have a long talk and figure out, hey guys, we need to really coordinate our jungle and support, you know, synergy to make sure we're always on the same page. Peyz, no summer spells. Beichuan is going to send it. And I like the idea, but this is something that should have been done maybe 5-10 minutes earlier. Satab now trying to fight himself in the fight, but Peyz is completely taken out as he's forced out. Wait a minute! Missing is traded for Beichuan. And Satab is somehow still alive, but Shun finds the Q flash, and Scout still has a collapse of his own. Finds the fight, looks for all the damage, slicing through with the swords, and Peyz is still alive and healthy to contribute over the wall with a nice ace in the hole. JDG get another 5-for-1 ace, and it's into the game, and the series is over. JDG will take it 3-1.
Alda and Scout doing overtime, peeling for Peyz this game, and it was a beautiful looking thing for JDG. As JDG continued to get on the right track as the LPL season continues.